And we live, baby. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Go to YouTube. If you still on IG, youtube.com/slash the new TLR. Pull up on YouTube, youtube.com/slash the new TLR. Now, I ain't looking at IG no more. I be saying that a million times. Everybody know what the lick read. Pull up on YouTube. First cousin, get over there. You know what to do. You know, first cousin over there, you know what to do. What up, though, Delvin? What up, though, Delvin? Shout out Delvin from the D. I got some homeboys and homegirls from the D. They be saying that. What up, though? Here we go. Tim, why you always on live? I ain't always on live, little Timmy Rogers, but some cousins asked me a couple questions. This ain't gonna be no long one. Hey, my sweetie in here. Hey, baby. Little Timmy Rogers, Kareem said, what it do? What it is, Tranisha. What's going on, Tranisha? Hey, Spider Gang in here. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. What we gonna do today, man? I had a couple cousins ask me. This ain't gonna be no long one. I had some cousins. What up, though? Am I allowed to say that? I ain't from the D. What it do, man? Hey, we had a couple cousins ask me some questions. One of them, I know I answered it before, but I can't remember what video it was in. So I was going live anyway, because another cousin asked me something about the price action earlier today. They said they couldn't see it on my live when I had the phone and when I was doing the stories, so I was just gonna break that down real quick. And since I was breaking that down, what's up, Red? Since I was breaking that down already, then I was like, I'll show you how to do the thing with the charts. So I ain't gonna hold y'all up. You know what I'm saying? It done got late. My plan was to do it at 7 o'clock, but I fell asleep on the couch. And I ain't wake up to 7:30. I woke up at 7:30. I was knocked out. You feel me? I was knocked all the way out. And today, I'm going to automatically put this into sim mode. I'm putting this into sim mode off the rip, because we not going to have a repeat of what happened last night. You feel me? For anybody who don't know what happened last night, when I got on the live, I was trying to share my screen. And when I went to move my Ninja Trader over, I hit the sell market button over here in the top right corner of behind the little duck over there. Shucky ducky quack quack. You know what I'm saying? I hit the little sell market and put myself into a trade. Oh, excuse me. I just finished eating dinner. Y'all excuse the burping. All right. Draco, what it do, Draco? Hey, so like I was saying, it's gonna be a quick one. I'm just answering a couple questions for a couple cousins, right? The first one we gonna do them. No, I ain't gonna talk about the price action first. The cousin asked me how I did this right here on my Ninja Trader, right? How I did this right here. See how I got my chart, like how I have it set up. Whenever I be showing my screen, I have it like this right here. It look like this, right? It be looking like that. That's how it look. And they asked me how I make my screen look like that. Well, it's a combination of two charts. I answered this before, but I can't remember what. I don't know if I don't think I did it in the intro to Ninja Trader video. I think it was just a question that somebody asked, and I showed how to do it. So I'm just gonna show it how to do it again, because I ain't know where to direct you to if you in here or if you watching it on the replay, right? So it's a combination of two different charts, right? I know you see three different charts here, but it's a combination of two charts, right? One chart has three instruments in it, and one chart has one instrument in it, right? So, all right, here we go. Get this out the way. I'm gonna get that out the way. So, boom. Let's just say you just got this one chart right here. Boom, you already got that chart. So what you want to do, right? You want to come up here to let me think for a second. I gotta think. You want to go to, man, I can't remember how to do it myself. Hold on. Oh, I need a command center. Okay. So you come up here to your control panel, right? You come up here to your control panel. I ain't had a control panel on the screen. So you come to your control panel, you click on new. right? When you click on new, you click on chart, right? You click on new on the control panel, then you come down over here and click on chart. Boom. When you click on chart, right? What you want to do, if like you just want to select the chart that you want in your main chart over there, right? So then you select that chart, right? Boom, you make it, right? You want the ES in your main chart, right? You select that chart, boom, 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 boom. You add it and you hit OK. Boom, you'll have your chart here. Now I got different ones on my tabs down here, but that ain't what you asking. I ain't worried about the tabs right now. Now, so now that you got this chart up and over here on the side, this right here is chart trader. That's this little thing over here. Chart trader on or off. When you turn, you know what I'm saying, you click on the top of the chart, and then if you hit chart trader will be on the side. So you got chart trader on the side, right? Boom. Then you go back to the control center and you click new and you click chart again, right? This time, what you want to do, you want to click the ES, boom. Then you go back in and click the NASDAQ, boom. Then you go back in and click the YM, boom. Now you got all three of them. You know what I'm saying? You design it to look how you want them to look. I ain't gonna go through all the design, and you can design it how you want it to look, right? Then you hit OK. Boom. When you hit OK, then you got three charts on the same thing, just like this right here. And on this one here, what I usually do, I turn chart trader off. And then I just squeeze it over here to the side, like this right here. Boom. It ain't nothing fancy. I just squeeze it to the side. So now I got three charts. You know what I'm saying? Open it up so I can see the time frame. And I usually keep it on an hour. I do this to see my divergence. I keep this on an hour time frame. I squeeze over here to the side like this right here so I can watch for divergence on the ES, the NASDAQ, and the Dow. And then I watch the ES on the main screen right here. I watch and plot, do all that on the main screen right here on the ES. And then I watch the ES, the NASDAQ, and the Dow. I'm pointing with my hand like y'all can see me pointing over here on the side. And that's how I set my charts up like that right there. That's how I set it up like that. Boom. Appreciate y'all for sticking with me through that what they call it, refresher. Appreciate y'all for sticking with me through that refresher. Okay, now the other thing the cousin was asking me, was oh yeah, what I saw they in the stories and on the live, they was like, what did you see on the NQ that made you something about? I was talking about the NQ and the ES when I was talking about the entry I was looking for and the entry I missed, right? Let's talk about the entry. Oh yeah, speaking of the entry I missed, I'll talk about the entry I missed. The entry I missed, let's find, what time is it? 9:50, right here. This is the entry I missed right here. I'm gonna block it out. I'm gonna block out the entry that I missed. All right. This is the entry that I missed right here. The fall from grace this morning. I missed that move. That's the move I missed when I was talking about I missed my entry this morning. Spotted it, had it plotted out, and then I missed it. Boom. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the NQ. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll mark it out on the NQ also. Right? So I can show what I was talking about. All right, come over here to the NQ. Mark out the fall from grace. I'm just marking it out so when I drop down in the time frame, it's easy for me to see it. Beautiful drop that I missed. And then I came back later and right around here, this area right here that I'm circling, this is the area where it came back, right there, 11 o'clock candle right there. It came back up inside this fair value gap right here, and we instantly started consolidating to the side. I bought some puts right there. We started consolidating to the side. This was the run of the day. It came back to my entry point, my secondary entry point that I was watching. It was before my time to get off. I took the trade. We started consolidating instantly. The theta ate me up, stopped me out. It was a real small position. it was less than 1%. I was risking less than 1% of my portfolio on 2 trades, and I got stopped out in both of them. I had one on the Qs, one on the SPY, and I got stopped out in both of them. It was just one contract, less than 1% of my portfolio, because I was like, this was a big move. I was like, it's unlikely that we do a whole lot after this, but just in case we decide we want to drop back down, I'm gonna get in. You know what I'm saying? It went sideways on me for the rest of the up until lunchtime. Went sideways, then it just eased on up slowly. It was an ease up, slide sideways, ease up, sideways, ease up, and then it started dropping back down at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it faked me out, it stopped me out. But anyway, what did I see? Right? So here we go. Right? We was on let me see, I was looking at it on the 15-minute time frame, right? On the 15-minute time frame, we came in this morning, right? We blasted off, and then the NQ blasted off, and then I was looking at I was posting talking about the divergence. I was talking about the divergence. Let me get this. Let me get this up so I can show y'all what I was talking about when I was talking about the divergence. Okay, boom. Here we go. So around this time right here, right? But looking at it in hindsight, you can't really see it because the candles ain't moving no more. But it was like crazy divergence going on right around here. And is that the day or was that yesterday? That might have been yesterday. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, it was something weird going on here. I was posting stories about it. I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but I was watching both of them. And so when I saw the ES run up, here, right? It took off and it broke these highs right here and then started rejecting down. Boom. Went up, broke them highs, started rejecting down, right? Made this fair value gap right here. So I said I'm looking for a reason to come down and buy, go long, right? So then that was my thing. I was bullish. I was like, I'm looking for a reason to trade back down below the 12 o'clock open, preferably coming down to take care of this fair value gap and then buy long. You know what I'm saying? That was my trade that I had in mind, right? And then I looked over at the NQ. Right when I looked over at the NQ, I saw that the NQ had come up to this fair value gap right over here above these highs and wick down. The NQ was acting funny. Tech been lazy. Tech been taking a hit. I said, be careful. This might be a bull trap. NQ just traded into this fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? The Dow wasn't looking right. The ES was sitting still. The Dow, I think the Dow was dropping. The NQ was shooting up. The ES was sitting still. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. Let me drop these candles down, see if I get a better view of that. Because when the candles be moving, you know what I'm saying, you get like a different little view of it. But after the candles are already made, it's kind of hard to explain. Okay. Yeah. See how big this NQ candle is? This the ES candle, and this right here, this candle here was actually going down at the time. So this candle was going down, this candle was shooting up, this candle was shooting up. I'm like, okay, the Dow looking super heavy, right? The NQ blasted up, the Dow trying to run lows. The NQ blasted up and ran into a fair value gap, cleared out these buy stops up here above these highs, right? The ES done went above these highs. It didn't trade to no fair value gap or nothing like that, but it came up and ran these highs right here. We got an order block over here that it traded back up into. Boom, hit that order block right there and start sliding back down. So I flipped my mind. Okay, I'm going short, right? Drop down. I think I got down to like was it a 4 minute? Was it a 4 minute? Let me see what it was. 4 minute. Because I was looking for my entry. Yes, it was a 4 minute. All right. Was it a 4 minute or was it did I go to the 2 minute? I might have jumped straight to the 2 minute. Sometimes I jump straight to the 2 minute. It was the 2 minute. I jumped straight to the 2 minute because I remember how the candles look. Okay, so boom. Let me move this out the way so we can see it. Oh yeah, that was good. It ain't blocking that. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't blocking that. So boom, I'm gonna put that on 2 minute, and I'm gonna put this on the 2 minute. Right? And mind you, now this the trade I missed. This trade I missed. This trade I saw in the trade, and I also missed it. Right? So the question was, what did I see on the NQ? What did I see on the NQ? Let me unlock this so I can move this over. Because I want to stay there, but I don't want to block the wicks. There you go. All right, the question was, what did I see on the NQ that made me want to take the entry on the ES? All right, first thing I saw on the NQ that made me want to take the entry on the ES is that the NQ and the ES were trading in tandem. They were trading the same. You know what I'm saying? Peep the wicks. Peep the wicks. I mean, peep the candles. You know what I'm saying? NQ coming up. You know what I'm saying? NQ running up, hit the top, trading down. You know what I'm saying? ES running up, hit the top, trading down. They pretty much trading in tandem at this time, right? So when I get over here to the ES, right, I see it coming back to the fair value gap right here. It come to the fair value gap and it get up above it right there and it sell back down. You know what I'm saying? It's moving kind of quick now. It get up above it, it sell back down. So boom, when it hit it, cause you know what I'm saying, these 2 minute counters, 2, 4, 6, we like 5 minutes later, boom, it hit it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here eating breakfast, looking, I'm like, oh, we there already. So doom, I jump on my cause I was expecting it to come like down here somewhere before it came back up. You know what I'm saying? So boom, it hit the fair value gap already. And I wasn't really checking for it like that because it had just broke the high, and I was trying to see which low it was gonna come run before going up. But when I saw it setting up, this is just a straight fair value gap trade. This ain't based off of running no lows. This ain't based off running no highs. This is all a fair value gap trade that I'm looking at based off the fact that the NQ is trading just like the ES, and the NQ just ran back up into a fair value gap over here. You know what I'm saying? So usually when it comes back to a fair value gap, if it's retracing back to a fair value gap on the upside, 7 out of 10 times it's getting ready to sell down, right? So I'm basing this off of, okay, the NQ just ran into a fair value gap and it's about to sell down, and the ES is trading just like the NQ. So I'm gonna take this fair value gap trade right here. Even though I ain't running to no gap, I'm just taking it off the strength that it's an imbalance here, and the NQ setting up for a drop from a fair value gap. That's what I was seeing on the NQ that made me want to take this trade on the ES. Then boom, once it hit it, right? Once it hit it, I'm like, oh, it's there. I jump over on my platform on trade station, right? I go in, I'm checking for what strike I want to get, right? I ain't got a whole lot of time because the candle's moving, right? This candle done closed and we done took off to the upside. We done came way up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I'm like, okay, boom. I'm just going to go with the 419 put. You know what I'm saying? It was what was it? Was it the 419 put? It was I can't remember. No, I can't remember. One was the Qs, and one was the No. It was the SPY. It was the SPY. One was the SPY. I can't remember what the put was, right? So it's running up right now. It's running up. So I'm trying to get it set. And then what I did, I clicked over here. I got it. I got my put set over there. I clicked back to the NQ. And if you see on the NQ, it's a lot cleaner, right? It's a lot cleaner on the NQ, right? This right here is what gave me the confidence to try to go ahead and take the trade, that it wasn't going to be no fake out and shoot to the upside. Because when the NQ hit the fair value gap, you know what I'm saying, it just pretty much traded up into it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little slight heat, but it didn't come close to this wick. I said, okay, it's go time, right? Click back over here, When I click back over here, and if you look at the one on the ES, right, you see how much farther above the one on the ES was running. You see what I'm saying? So I said, okay, it's go time. And boom, by the time I clicked over there, check this out, click back over here, right? I saw this right here. I saw the NQ selling back down. I'm like, oh, I'm missing my trade. Click back over here. We good. We still up a little bit, right? Jump over to my trading platform, pull it up while I'm clicking in, bringing the order up. I'm looking, I see it's dropping and it like it's hot. I'm talking about it got Meg the Stallion knees right now. It's falling, it'll fell all the way up under this swing low right here. I'm like, man, this thing gone. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I don't do no more, if I don't get it when it's in my strike area, I just let it go. Cause I done got burnt so many times where I come and chase it down here and it give me one more retrace back up into my area and that retrace stops me out. You know what I'm saying? So I just let it go. That's how I missed the trade. But that's what I was seeing on the NQ that made me want to take the trade. It was a basic fair value gap trade, right? Where we traded up, we traded down, created a fair value gap or imbalance, whatever you want to call it, traded back up into the imbalance and traded down. It's just a straight fair value gap trade once we done ran highs or ran lows. If you run highs or run lows and you start trading in the other direction and leave an imbalance right there at the beginning of that run, a lot of times it'll retrace back to that imbalance and then keep going. So I was just taking a straight fair value gap trade and I was taking it based off of what I had seen on the NQ because they was trading together and the NQ kind of gave me my confidence that the ES was gonna go down with it because they was trading in tandem. That's it. Hopefully that answers your question if you in here. Let me see if I missed anything. What's happening? What y'all talk about in the chat? What it do? What it do? It's a data series. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. What you have put up there? What you put up there, baby? So you didn't trade it in futures? Do you just trade options off setup? Sometimes I rarely take futures trade. Like sometimes I'll take futures trade. I'm more of an options trader. But sometimes I'll take a futures trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I'm saying? It's, you can actually do both. There's been days where I've done both. Like I've taken the futures trade and I took the options trade too. Data series. Yeah, what was that data series about? What was that data series about? Yeah, I was just wondering what it was. Right click the chart. Oh, so probably when I was trying to do something. Probably when I was trying to do something early. I don't know. I was having a brain fart. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yo, what is it? Previous day closed, London open, ES. Where do I find the London market to get the London? Oh, where do I find the London open? The London open, it opened at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The London open at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the London open, like this red line over here that I always put on the chart, this red line right here, you see, is from 3 o'clock in the morning to, oh, I ain't got my chart up. It's right here. It's at 3 o'clock. It's from 3 o'clock in the morning to 11. I got it marked from 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock. The London open at 3 o'clock. I think it closed at like 11:30 or 12 o'clock or something like that. I think it's 11:30 when it closed or something like that. But I know it opened at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just the time the session opens. London trade, whatever instrument you feel. Oh yeah. The London open. That's just the time that it opened. When you were setting up. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they were just talking about when I was setting up shop. Okay, both days, rotation. Like the US Open. Oh, Draco just answering questions in the chat. Uh, yeah, they answered that in the chat. Greatly appreciate the thoughts. Did you watch the recent episode 21 ICT video? Did you also use that for your setup today using 830 power of 3? Nah. I was looking at the video, but I fell asleep while I was watching it. But I think that's the one where he was I posted like a screen record of it when he was talking about the same target I was talking about. But nah, I didn't use that. I ain't used nothing off of there today. Talk about the power of 3, talk about where he be like manipulation, distribution, and I can't remember what it's something manipulation, distribution, consolidation, manipulation, distribution. I think he be the power of 3, something like that. But no, I didn't use that today. Yeah. I know Draco got my back. Shout out Draco. His voice put you to sleep. Yeah, his voice be putting me to sleep too. Hey, I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna hold you long. Just had a couple cousins that asked me a couple questions, and you know what I'm saying, I just want to jump on the share for one, because I couldn't remember what video I said the thing about the charts, and two, hey, I ain't had nothing going on, so why not do a dinner discussion covering the price action. So when price run highs and lows is when you trade fair value gap. Yeah. I typically try not to. I don't like. Shout out to homie Boy to trade a gap. Anywhere a gap is formed. But me, I usually only trade gaps. I usually trade the fair value gaps after a high or low has been taken. Right? For example, on the screen right here, a basic fair value gap trade like today, right? We ran up, cleared these highs right here, and as soon as the move started moving back down after clearing these highs, we created a fair value gap that we traded back up into. Boom. I'm gonna go short on that. That's just a basic fair value gap trade after we ran these highs right here. Now, another type of fair value gap trade that I'll trade that I be getting left on, like I was getting left on earlier this week, right? Right here. If you're looking at this right here, matter of fact, this one barely touched it. This would have left me again because it barely touched it right there. But we trade up, we have a shift in market structure right there. We break this swing low. Very next candle, create a fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? That's that old liquidity run reversal. Go into the liquidity, make a swing low, make a swing high, break the swing low with authority. Very next candle, create a fair value gap. Then since it traded right back, it ain't even leave it. It just consolidated at it. You see what I'm saying? Like when I see the liquidity run reversal, I be looking for it to sell down a little bit, then come back up into it, right? At least to the bottom of this candle right here. That's what I would be looking for it to do, at least punch in that far. But it just consolidated and dropped. And if you look, that wick right there barely touched it. You see what I'm saying? It consolidated and dropped. So that I couldn't get an entry off that because that wasn't what I was looking for. Even though it did it, I wasn't looking for that. You know what I'm saying? In real time, that ain't give me what I was looking for. Them the different types of fair value gap trades that I would trade. So the ES gonna go high if we break the fair value gap with force to the upside. I don't know. I ain't got no crystal ball. I don't know. Which fair value gap you talking about? I ain't got no crystal ball. Boom. Looking at Charlie. Look at that thing gapped up in the after hour. That's a mean little gap up. If we get a gap up and reversal on this right here, the bottom might drop out that thing tomorrow. You feel me? Because this is the target right here. The target right there. Did I leave that up? This the target right here. My bad, leaving the thing up on the screen. This the target right here. This the target right here. That's the ultimate target right there. I was saying we coming to run liquidity below these lows, And then I was like, this is probably the ultimate target. And that's the same thing ICT was saying. When I posted that screenshot, I was like, when the mentors say the same thing you were saying to the game. But then I just looked at this right here and see we gapped up in the after hours. I mean, at the 6 o'clock session, when the Asian session started, look at that gap up from the close to the end. So if we get a gap up reversal on this day right on tomorrow, because tonight at 6 o'clock starts tomorrow, starts the next day, right? We get a gap up, then reversal. Man, look at the size of these daily candles. It's nothing for it to come down and hit that liquidity tomorrow or Friday. And then, you know what I'm saying, how we got that gap up. If we get a gap up can reversal with a strong bearish day, boom, it's easy to go get that right there. That's within the range of what we've been trading. Shout out my financial advisor Dustin. He was talking about that today. How in 2021 we had got used to really small range days. All the days was really small range, and then this year we came in and look how big every day is. Look at the range on every day. Stupid volatility every single day. We got these huge candles to the upside and downside. It don't matter. Upside these huge candles. So it's like just looking at that. That's gonna be nasty. I just noticed that. Let me see where we closed at. What's 1600 at? Boom. Yeah, look at that. 1600 there. And then we opened up here. Yep. What's that? 68 all the way up to 87. Man, that's like a 20 point. That's a 20-point gap up. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm tripping. I'm looking at the wrong day. 1600 here. All right, and then that 1700 it keep going after hours. So then when the next day open up, boom, it got way up there. So that's what that, you know what I'm saying? That's what that gap will be, because this is that hour afterwards. But when you look at the day itself, this is the start of the day itself. So it's showing that big old gap on the daily candle. You know what I'm saying? It's showing that big gap on the daily candle, meaning that it bought up a whole lot. It took off to the upside. So that means a lot of sellers got left inside there. And it dipped down into it a little bit, but it didn't come all the way down. So yeah. Anyway, I got caught up in that. And we having the big time earnings tomorrow with Apple and Amazon, and they may cause the drop. Yeah, they can cause the drop. They will cause the drop. You see, Microsoft it wasn't terrible, and Microsoft was trying to do its thing, but Microsoft couldn't hold the market up by itself. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft at one point I think was up like 5% today, if I ain't mistaken, but it couldn't hold it up by itself. So we'll see. All right, man. I'm about to get out of here. What you said? Real powerful levels. Oh yeah. Them round numbers. Them round numbers like 4,200, 4,250. You know what I'm saying? Those numbers like that. Those psychological numbers. 33 people, 10 likes. Let's run up. Yeah. Hit the like for 10 one time. I appreciate that. Hey man, I'm about to what it is, Doc? I'm about to get out of here, man. I'm starting to sweat back here up under these lights. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. For y'all that don't know, this Sunday, Dustin Tibbetts, my financial advisor, Dustin Tibbetts, he gonna pull up on Tim's Tidbits, and he gonna share some retirement tips with us. We talk about long term. We talk about long term generational wealth. We talk about generational wealth. All the come up cousins know about generational wealth. So y'all pull up on the first. Shout out Dustin Tibbetts. He gonna come through and drop some gems about some retirement gems. I don't know exactly what he gonna talk about, but he always dropping retirement gems on his YouTube page. He got these things called fin tips that he do on his YouTube page. So I told him, I say, when you come through, just do it fin tip style. Just like how you do fin tips, just drop some retirement gems, just like you do the fin tips. He be talking stuff about how to, you know what I'm saying, how to get the best bang out of get best bang for your buck out of your 401s. He be talking stuff about IRAs. He be talking about how to get the best, how to withdraw your money and get the best tax advantages based off how you take it out of what accounts. All kind. He be talking about all kind of stuff like that. So I don't know what he gonna drop off when he come by Sunday, but I just told him to come by and drop off some retirement tips for the Spider Gang because you know what I'm saying. Everybody ain't as old as me, but everybody need these retirement tips, especially if you trying to be a generation way. Uh yeah, he was. Mark was great on the page. Real powerful. What you say? Oh, you understand it a lot better. Yeah, man, that's what it's about, man. Each one teach one. You know, when I start focusing strictly on just trading the spy, looking at ES and trading the spy, it's like it became crystal clear to me. When I act, I get scatterbrained, man. I be squirrel. You know what I'm saying? It became crystal clear when I could just focus on one thing. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Till the next time, y'all know what it is. Gone.